Hey, this is Crypto Joe. I'm super excited because on today's episode of Joe Knows the Cryptos, I have a very special guest, and that is the CEO of Eazybot. So, the CEO of Eazybot, his name is Mohammed Ali, and he's coming to us from Dubai. And I had a really great interview, got a lot of great information. And this is a great software that's a tool for traders, and he talks a lot about it. So, with no further ado, let's get into it. So, I'm here with Mohammed from Eazybot, the CEO. Thanks for joining me today. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Doing
Good.
great. How about you?
I'm man, I'm good. I can't complain. Although, like they say, if I did, no one would listen. So, I'm thanks for coming on. I've been using Eazybot since I think the August 25th of 2022. So I'm a big fan, and I'm very thankful you're coming on to join us today to talk about Eazybot. Please explain Eazybot in its simplest terms that I mean, I know you're a smart guy and have an engineering background, but for the layman who doesn't understand all these trading terms, explain how Eazybot works in its simplest forms.
Sure. So Eazybot is not an investment platform so that we are all aligned. Eazybot is just a software. It's a
Right.
tool that the trader use to trade their crypto. As simple as this. And how does it work is that it's connected through an API connection to the exchange. So the customer keeps their money in their exchange, whether it's Binance, KuCoin, Kraken, or Coinbase. They keep it there, and we're adding exchanges as we go, by the way. So they keep the money there. They create the API connection from the exchange, and they tell the exchange, okay, I want this API connection only for trading. I don't want it to withdraw. I don't want it to do anything, only trade. So, and then they take that API key, they connect it to Eazybot, then they are all connected.
Mm-hmm.
So then the Eazybot is executing, then the customer have to just choose the coins that they want to trade, and then it just execute the trades. As simple as this.
It is easy. Like, it's funny. My kids watch my videos and they go, "Dad, how did your Eazybot do today?" And I'm like, "It did okay today." And they're like, "Okay, well, and they go, "What's the?" They joke with me. They're like, "What's the best part about Eazybot? That it's easy." And I'm like, "It is, really is. I don't have to know. Luckily, someone else knows about trading because I don't have to sit there and figure out spend 4 weeks, like you said, figuring out the
Yeah.
algorithm, so to speak, the formula as that goes
Mhm.
down. And I'm sorry to simplify, make it so simple, but that's what attracted me because I've tried other bots that you're talking about and having to put in the parameters and not understanding like how big to make that grid and things like that. I mean, and one thing that I will ask about, excuse me,
Yeah, but
that
before we proceed further, also one important thing that I have to highlight here. We
sure,
kept the Eazybot also open for the people like me before. Remember, I was able to change the parameters. So now also, if a trader comes in, they can actually take
they
away
can,
the Eazybot strategy and do their own strategy. So
right.
they save their time. They don't have to babysit the screen. They just put the parameters there and let it work for them.
What if you do you know what percentage of people actually use their own parameters, or do the majority use the EasyBot parameters?
Majority use Eazybot
Yeah, and I think that's
strategy. Yeah,
like I said, I think that's the
default.
main advantage. I mean, yeah, it's versatile for those who want to, a little more experienced trader to have those settings. But I like EasyBox. It takes my emotion out of it, even though I do kind of fool with it a little bit. But so what are the risks? I mean, people right now, the DeFi space is full of you know, I I do some DeFi plays knowing that they're gonna rug eventually, but it's a race
Mm.
against time. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It is truly a gamble. But that's the mindset of a lot of people out there that, this is a project that will end. And like you just said, it's a tool for a trader, it's software. But what are some of the risks associated with EasyBot and how do you counter them?
Okay, so the risks, I'll talk first of all about cybersecurity
Okay.
uh, and how we handle that. So cybersecurity is an issue for anyone. Everyone have to basically
Yep.
protect their own PCs, protect their own accounts, and make sure that they use proper passwords so that hackers don't get access to their accounts. But in terms of our trading, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's API uh, connection. So the risk here is your API connection, your API key. If those keys fall into the wrong hands, they could trade your account wrongly. I mean, they cannot withdraw the money because you haven't given that permission, but they can trade it and gain somewhere else. I don't want to explain that in details, but they could do something wrong in your
Right.
account.
You don't want to give anyone ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So how did we come over this? Is that we're given a trusted IP address. We're given our IP address where the trades are coming from. So you can take that IP address and give it to the exchange and tell the exchange that, okay, I want the trades that are coming only from this IP address or these IP addresses to be allowed to trade. Other IP addresses are not allowed. So what could go wrong? A
Hmm.
hacker comes in, you keep in your APIs somewhere where it's visible. They take the API keys, they try to trade your account. They cannot trade your account, even if they steal your API keys, because you have assigned this API to a specific IP address. So that risk has been removed. Now, the in terms of other risks, to just be open with you, is if you know that the crypto is here to stay, then you don't have a big risk. The other risk could be the exchange.
Hmm.
You've seen what happened with FTX
Right.
before, right? FTX, just between a day and night, just suddenly people lost the money that they have there. So if this happens with one of the exchanges that we're using, that's definitely something that we cannot do. We cannot do anything about. That's why we gave actually more options. Now we have 4 exchanges. So for a user who's having a considerable amount of money, they could split, they could diversify, they could add like half, quarter here and quarter here, quarter here and quarter here. So
Hmm.
if one of them goes wrong, that's only 25% of your capital, is not 100% of the capital. This is could be the risk. Now, one more risk I have to mention it, is that if the market goes deep down and stays down for long, then uh, eventually Eazybot is going to close the trade with profit, but it takes longer. It might just take longer to pull down the average price to close it with profit. That's something that we have to live with. I mean, it's not a risk, but people need to know this, that it might take a little bit long
Okay.
sometimes. Sometimes it takes only one day. Sometimes it takes just a couple of minutes to close it. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, sometimes more, sometimes less.
Right. So just to review, the number one was the API risk, and you've kind of solved that, or you've solved that. You know, you can't solve people getting hacked, and if they have their API, I write physically write mine down. So unless someone goes into and I don't even keep it at my house. So I write them down physically, and I don't keep them at my house, and they're in a very safe place. But if someone got your API key, that's a problem. That's your own personal. That's my fault for not protecting my API key. The other one is the trusted IP address. You know, that's one way you've combated the API issue. The next risk is crypto going away if it's banned, right? If
Mhm.
it's banned, and I know governments don't love crypto. I mean, it fights with their ability to print money, and so they don't love them, but the people do because of these reasons. So that's a risk if it goes away completely. Nothing you can do about that, you know, unless you have huge regulatory power, which neither of you nor I do. So that's a risk. Going down and staying down for a long time. Crypto is very volatile. 50% swings, like you mentioned, are not out. I mean, we're what, 25% down on Bitcoin as we speak right now from its high of last week. And so these swings are natural in crypto. It's the liquidity and volume are different than say the US dollar or the British pound or whatnot. So then the crypto staying down is a problem, but um, history tells me that it goes up and down and the volatility is there.
It's a temporary problem, you can say.
Temporary, hopefully. I mean, you never know. That is a risk, but it's a risk
Yeah,
that
but
that
exactly.
goes with anything, stocks, bonds, anything. So, okay, so that's good. What about for all the people that say, I mean, I get weird questions out there because they don't always listen to what we're saying, but they say, "Hey, Eazybot should audit," and you know, my quick response to that is, well, they're not holding your money. The people that hold your money should audit. Oh, that was the other risk, the exchanges going away. And so that's why, you know, you have, if you don't mind me saying them, Binance US, Kraken, KuCoin, Coinbase. Did I miss one?
Yeah, these ones at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And as the market needs it, would you do more exchanges or different exchanges?
Yeah, actually, we don't even do KYC to that to talk about this, because it's just a software that you're buying from Eazybot
Right.
or you're renting, and your actual money or assets actually in the exchange. So that's where regulations has to happen, where audit has to happen. You need to make sure that the exchange that you're using is having proper audit, that they have the money that they show. because we don't want another FTX to happen.
Right.
Obviously, no one can control it, but we have to do our due diligence to make sure that it's least we do our part. Actually, before adding an exchange, we look at their history, we look at their volumes, we look at other aspects as well. But this is not a guarantee, obviously. At the end, it's if the exchange goes, it's just gone. We cannot do anything. But from our side, as you mentioned correctly, we don't have to do any kind of audits. It, the software is doing what it has. If they can just be a little bit more clear on what kind of audit do they want to have on Eazybot,
Right.
and if that's feasible, I would be more than happy to get it done.
Well, like I said, the way I look at it is the audits are, I'm buying a or leasing for better term, leasing software to help me trade. Like you said it best, it's a tool for traders. Now, I couldn't be a trader without it, quite frankly. I don't have time. I don't have time to sit in front of my computer and see what Bitcoin's doing right now or Ethereum or whatever I'm trading. You all have done the hard work and lifting for me, so that I appreciate. Thank you. You've done very well for me. But so to me, it's a software that's thought about the risks and has addressed all the risks they can address. So is it foolproof? 100%? Nothing in this world is 100% foolproof. There's risks in anything. Without risk, there's no reward. But the
100%.
flip side of that is, yes, crypto could go to zero forever. It could get banned. The exchanges could go away. But we have all these same risks in any investment vehicle out there. They wouldn't offer a return if there was not a risk associated with it. So I think it's a very calculated risk, in my humble opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, all that stuff. But so what about what does the future of Eazybot look like? What do you see for Eazybot in the future?
Well, I see Eazybot in the future as kind of a household. I mean, every house has at least an account of Eazybot that they're
I
trading. It's
love it.
helping them for the saving. I mean, I look at it also as a tool, as a saving tool more than an investment tool. Okay, I don't have to talk about investment. I'm not a financial advisor again.
Right. There we go. All the disclosures. Yes.
Yeah. So I look at it more of like a kind of a saving piggy bank, if you will. But that piggy bank is actually increasing my assets that I'm putting in, like putting every month contribution, the monthly contribution program, like you guys have in the US, I think mutual funds. I don't
Mutual
remember the
funds.
name.
Hmm.
Yeah, like mutual funds where they give, I think, annually 10%, 15%, something like this.
Whatever the market bears. Yeah.
Sometimes negative, sometimes positive. So this could be something like that. As we have seen the last year, the Eazybot corporate account have done about 33% approximately in total. So you can imagine, you can do the compounding effect. If you're adding
Hmm.
every month, use a calculator and you can see what could be the effect until you reach to the target that you want, and then maybe a monthly income could be a good thing. But again, I don't want to get deeper into this because we're not talking financials here. But I
Right.
see it. I see Eazybot in the future, like in everywhere. Everyone knows about Eazybot. Everyone is using Eazybot, and it's in every household.
Okay. I said this to you before. I mean, I know I've been asked about stocks or Forex bots, and my personal advice with you is stick to one thing, do it real well, and keep improving upon it. But what do you say to the people that ask you about stock bots and Forex bots and things like that?
Forex and stocks are different animal. They're
Hmm.
not like the crypto and spot trading in crypto. So we haven't touched them yet. However, uh, it's not off the table. I mean, we
Okay.
haven't really touched it yet, but it's not off the table. We might have it in the future. We might not.
All right. So, what would be your best advice that someone that's watching this right now thinking, "Oh, this is interesting." What would their next steps be? What would they do?
Well, I would advise them to take a try. I mean, we have 45 days free trial, and we give them also 25 credits for free, so they don't have to pay us a single penny before they test the product and they test the trading and see how it works for them. So they can just click on the link and join and try it for 45 days, whatever the amount that they have, and yeah,
Okay.
be our
So
be our
45
customers.
days. I think it's two bots they get for 45 days for free. Plus, you give them trading credits. So it is. I mean, it's not risk free because crypto, yada yada. But as far as trying the trading software, I mean, that's quite frankly, that's how I got hooked. I think there was a trial or something. I had free bots, and then I said, "This is working." I bought one of
Mhm.
the mid level and expanded from there. But I'll have a link down below for that referral or the registration, and they can go register and look and snoop around the website because there's. I said this to you before. There's some great resources. You know, people say, "Can you do a video on how to set up a bot?" I'm like, I could, but the ones that they do on the website are great. I mean, easy walkthroughs, how to set up your API. Some people get intimidated by this stuff, but if you just literally watch the video and do the same thing, you know, you
Mhm.
could set these. I set up the Coinbase API, by the way, which is new. Last night it took me 5 minutes. I know what I'm doing, but I just watched the video and just clicked exactly where they said to click. And in a matter of minutes, I had that Coinbase API set up with the parameters and very excited to get going with Coinbase. I'm in Kraken, Binance US, and I'm going to spread some in Coinbase and increase my stake because I'm bullish crypto, even if I'm not. You know, right now I'm kind of holding. My bots are paused right now on purpose. I know that's not the way you're supposed to do it, but I have a little different level of risk in the way I use Eazybot. But I'm bullish. I don't know when the turnaround's going to happen, but it's inevitable. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I
And
use it.
Joe, just also to add to the videos that we have also in the back office, we also have 3 support calls every week where people
Okay.
can just come in and they ask their question, they get it answered, even if they want to start, but they don't know how. They can just grab that videos and come to the call, and they will take them step by step and get them started on that call. We have also a weekly call on Tuesday
Okay.
where I come myself and I take questions and answers if there are any questions. It's basically the corporate update call every Tuesday where we come
Mhm.
live and questions and answers.
Cool. Well, yeah, the support is unmatched. I mean, I've been playing around with a couple other bots, and the bots are okay, but the support is nowhere near Eazybot. And every time I've had an issue, even a complaint, I would say, and I message the support center, they always fix the issue or get back to me or make it right in some way, shape, or form. So you all have been great on the support level, and I think that's key because people get jittery with their money and they see this bot as if it's not moving, it's not working, it's not trading, they're losing money, even though that's not actually the case. That's their feelings. But I've been very, very appreciative of your support. So that I commend you on.
Right, and remember that we're coming here to solve a problem, not only for the trading but also for the support. That previous
That's a
product
good
didn't
point.
have a support, so
Right.
we came with a strong support team that are taking care of our support at the moment.
Good. Yeah, and you've proven that. I don't really have a lot more questions. Do you have anything you want to add or close on?
No, it's all good for me. If you have more questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And even if you have ones in the future, please feel free to contact me, and more than happy to answer you.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you coming and sharing this information. What a great story. I mean, you've really, through I'll say adversity or just trial and error or desire to have a better system, you've created a great. I think is a great bot. Maybe I'm overselling it. Don't mean to do that, but I've been using it for, geez, a year and a half since August 25th, 2022. That date just sticks in my head. And I do use it like you say. I mean, I don't use it as an income. It's a growth thing for me. I'm growing my crypto in there. So thank you very much for what you do. Thanks for being on. And in the future, I'd like to have you come back and talk about new things, and maybe some of your team come on and help the audience here with their questions and things like that.
Sure thing. Anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mohammed, for coming on. Thanks for Eazybot, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. Thanks.